Dating women is part of self-improvement. This is a trend going around. I know a lot of guys are talking about this, but this is my experience. I've been trying to make money online for about 2 years. And that was like, been focusing on my fitness. I've been fighting Muay Thai. I've been doing all sorts of stuff. And during that time, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna exile girls from my mind. Because at the beginning, I had crap luck, right? I wasn't doing very good, and I was like, forget all that for a while. I'm not gonna date. I'm gonna focus on everything else, which was good for a time. But I neglected dating. And I think this is pretty common for a lot of dudes. They'll like say, hey, I'm gonna get in shape and I'm gonna dedicate all my time to the gym, or I'm gonna try to make money online, or I'm gonna go do this thing, right? And I'm gonna forget about ladies, or I'm gonna forget about my fitness. And they isolate one aspect of self-improvement and focus on it, which can be good. But the thing is, you're trying to get better at everything. Like, you don't want to be jacked and like not know how to talk to chicks, right? You don't want to be rich and not be able to handle social situations and like make friends and stuff, right? So you want to do like a well-balanced viewpoint of the world when you're trying to go and improve yourself, when you're trying to change your life for the better. You want to have a lot of different things that you're working on. I mean, sure, you don't want to spend like all your time on chasing ladies or all your time on fitness, but they are good to at least keep maintenance on, to at least put like the minimum effective dose into, right? Like, you don't have to spend all your time doing those things. If you have bigger goals, obviously take care of that. But like, I need to make money online, right? That's something I really want to do. But at the same time, you can't neglect all that other stuff. So the last couple months, it's now March, it's been about 2.5 months, and I went back to college. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to start being social again. I've only been focusing on my fitness and my money, right? I'm going to start being social again, and I'm going to start getting out there. My mom's been saying I need to see some ladies, so I'm doing it to appease her a bit, but also because I'm ready. Like, I want to start talking to ladies. And I've realized, holy crap, like, my skills have fallen off from what they used to be. And ever since I started doing this, I've made a lot of progress in learning about dating psychology and how to find the right women and how to evaluate women. Honestly, it's kind of like interviews, if I'm being honest. I've been trying to make money online for 2 years, right? I used to try to hire these Filipino people, and I had to like interview a bunch of them. So I went through like 50 interviews with like all these random people. I mean, I didn't hire that many, but I went through a bunch of interviews because there's like a lot of people, and I didn't know what to look for, right? So I got some practice in. And dating is pretty much the same thing. It's just like an interview. And I've learned a lot of stuff like that, right? So I go to these dates and I'm like evaluating these ladies, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna work, and now I'm done. So I just move on to the next one, right? And like, it's been really interesting because I didn't realize that dating was such a big part of like your psyche and your mentality and stuff like that. I didn't realize how much it would affect the other areas of my life, right? It helps me in social situations. I made some videos about, mentioning these ladies and stuff, and they do pretty well because people don't have that experience. People aren't doing that. It's valuable. And so it affects my work. So it affects me making money. It affects me going to the gym and stuff because it makes me feel good, to feel strong, to be noticed that, I've been working on my body and stuff like that. And it makes me feel better about my, upkeep of my hair and my skin and stuff like that, which is typical self-improvement, right? People take care of their health and hygiene and stuff like that. And it makes me feel good. And so you do more of that stuff, right? It validates your hard work and effort into those things. It helps with basically everything. They call these compounding habits, right? Like when you go to the gym, you start like eating better and you start sleeping better, and you focus on everything that's associated with health because you're putting all this effort into one thing. So it's like, well, I'll just do everything else too. And I think the same thing happens when you start going out there and trying to like date ladies, right? You end up having a compound effect throughout all of your life where it's like, well, maybe I should start cleaning my dorm a little better, right? Maybe I should make sure that I'm not breaking out from eating seed oils and from eating a bunch of garbage and processed foods and stuff like that. And so you stop eating garbage and cookies every time somebody offers you cookies, and then you stop freaking out. Like I had a couple zits the other day because I was eating seed oils and stuff. But then I went on a date with a really pretty lady, and I was like, I really got to clean up my skin. So I did. And you'd be amazed at the little things that start to matter more when you go and start trying to date people, right? At first, I wasn't getting a ton of dates. I wasn't like super good at this thing. I downloaded all the dating apps. I was like reaching out to like people on Instagram that I knew of and whatever that were liking my posts. And I did like Snapchat. I Snapchatted a few people that I used to talk to, and I approached some random people, like cold approaching and whatever, and talked to random people in my classes and organizations, and like I just tried to get myself out there, right? But it took some practice. It took some shots, to like actually get some things. And I was surprised one of the best ones came from dating apps, because I didn't think it would. I thought it would all be from cold approaching. But I don't know. There's still time for me to learn. There's still more experiences for me to have. So I'm still training. I'm in the thick of it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. But if I could talk to myself, more than 3 months ago, I'd probably say, yeah, get out there. Go and like talk to chicks. Like it's good for you. It's good for like my speech. It's good for me like learning how to speak with people and understand people, be empathetic, understand like social cues and stuff like that, which usually I struggled with as a kid. So like that's something I need to keep up on and like practice. Otherwise I'll mess it up. I don't quite understand things as quick. Like if somebody cracks a joke or something, a lot of times I'll be the last person to laugh, like noticeably so. Like everybody will stop laughing, and then I'll be like, oh, and I'll start laughing, and everybody looks at me and they're like, what is this dude on about? It's just like, it's something that's kind of difficult for me. But that helps with that. Dating helps with that, or getting in groups, and there's other things that help with that, obviously. But yeah, if I could go back in time, that would be the one thing that I would say I was neglecting in my improvement journey, in my journey to try to better my life. I'd say that's probably the most important thing I was neglecting, is just trying to get out there, trying to approach women. Don't put all your energy into it. Put a little bit. I do minimum effort. Like on dating apps, I literally spend like 5 minutes a day on that, because you don't need to do that much. Just swipe everything on Tinder. Like don't worry about it. Don't think too hard. Don't take 3 hours to make your profile. Take half an hour. Use whatever you got. It doesn't matter. Don't get like, what is that guy? Andrew Dunham. I don't know what it is, but he's a dating coach. There's lots of dating coaches on here. They're like, make your profile amazing. And like, sure, you can do that. You can do that. But if it's not your main focus, like, does it really matter that much? Like, you're just trying to get a little bit of experience, get yourself out there and build yourself up. And anything will do that. If you want to go nuts on it, like, go nuts. I don't care. But yeah, just getting out there in general is a really, really healthy thing. It's good for every man to do. And I think that too many guys, especially today, are neglecting this. Like they're not even trying anymore. And so if you can just try, like I swear, you'll improve in everything just from doing this one thing, just from going and trying on a couple dates, right? Trying to meet a couple women. You'll improve in everything. So I appreciate you watching this video. Check out some of my other ones. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.